New Oloture series is out and you want to know what happened in the first Oloture. Well, let me tell you. We start this Nollywood film at a club with great female to male ratio and our lead Ash. It's a C! Can I say a shower?
No!
Akuna?
No!
What do I call them?
Sex workers!
Night riders?
I said sex workers!
Anyway, we learn our lead that sex worker doesn't really want to work for sex, so she decides to jump the window, which is going to be a problem because Nigerian widows usually have protectors. Oh, luckily this one has been sawed off. She narrowly escapes sex and runs and hikes, jumps bus all night, returning back to headquarters where I'm going to call her Big Mommy is collecting tax from the previous night and has a go at Ray for leaving a customer unsatisfied.
You go climb window, come off where they go pay you money, Abi.
But our leader, sex worker, explains that the customer was being violent, so she ran away for her dear life.
For demand they grace.
Oh, okay, that's not how I would have put. Maybe it's because her pigeon is bad, but that's what she meant to say. Anyway, she asked Linda if she knew how to get to Europe because she's tired of Nigerian men. Linda knows a way, but it will cost a lot of money.
How much be to enter Europe now, babe?
Like $2,200.
Eh?
Linda, that one not too much money now.
So I guess our lead can't afford it and we'll have to find a different way to do it.
I beg, if you help me talk to her, miss if I won't go.
Oh, okay. Back at the office, our lead organizer wins a customer with competitive pricing only to get insults from her colleague. But she rises above it and praises her colleague. And then we realize she's not a real sex worker but an undercover journalist who won't go undercovers. Blessing on the other hand keeps losing boxing matches to a pimp called Riffraff, and Oloture thinks she should retire from boxing as she's not very good at it, and she advises her to use Lover's Zone instead.
Join all these apps them like Lover's Zone.
Later, Oloture goes to spy and video Linda while she pays Mama Europa for her and her sister's Euro trip. But a man catches our Janet, born spying on Mama Europa. Mama Europa is not happy with both of them despite Oloture showing interest in joining the Europe trip, but Mama Europa lets them go with a warning. Linda is upset with Oloture as she nearly put her trip in jeopardy, and this anger summons a dark shadow in the shape of a boom mic. Someone drops out of Mama Europa's 15-woman squad and she's in need of a replacement as our market Janet Bond continues to expertly spy on her. Then she finds somewhere private in the middle of the marketplace to report Madame Europa.
She goes by the name of Alero.
To her journalist customer colleague.
Alright, stay safe.
Back at headquarters, the workers are getting ready for a big party as Madame Europa asks Linda to organize a... Hey, what's the collective noun for Akuna?
Sex workers!
A sex workers of Akuna. That doesn't sound right.
Are you taking this review seriously?
Okay, first it's not a review, and I'm taking it as seriously as Oloture takes her job.
Have you at least reminded them to like the video?
Yeah. Just because it's been long does not mean I don't remember how to do this work. Guys, please like the video. Thank you. Anyway, the mall of sex workers neatly divide themselves into a bus and Madame Europa's car like professionals, where they will be instructed to do anything Chief and his friends want, and they will be rewarded with a lot of money.
Let's go.
We get to the party where Chief and his friends with interesting hairlines are having a blast when Oloture presses Madame Europa about the possibilities of the Europe trip. When Madame was like, but when you the one spying on me the other day, she's like, you don't used to forget something. And then Madame Europa was like, if you impress me today, you'll get on the trip. And then takes Janet Bonture to meet Chief, who is of course played by Patrick Doyle. I guess he was busy. Anyway, Chief offers her a drink, and because of how pushy he's being, Oloture senses danger and wisely spills the drink on herself, which prompts Chief to offer his bathroom for her to get cleaned up, where unfortunately there is no sort of protected window to jump out of, so she fakes cramp, but Chief offers his spare cramp relief medicine, but Mumuture is going to pretend to take the drugs and actually keep it under her tongue, right? Oh my god. Well, Chief has his way with her and gives her a raving review.
Everything you said and more.
I don't mean to review his review, but she was just lying there.
Anyway, Oloture is struggling to recover from Chief's party when Madame Europa brings her balance from Chief along with an offer to Europe and high praise naming her
Forza Speciale.
which basically means she's a girl full of so much glamour. A glamour girl. Then a pimp named Riffraff tries to threaten Madame Europa, but she doesn't feel threatened. She's just so upset it summons the boom mic. But they make up and go their separate ways. Back in the office, Oloture is not even in uniform, and her fake customer colleague comes to check up on her and how the party went when she says,
Rich people doing what they love to do.
I don't think it's just rich people. I mean, we saw the beginning of the film. Anyway, her fake customer colleague boss says,
You're off the story.
but Sharon counters with a passionate reading of her lines.
This is no longer your story. It is now my story.
She pays Madame Europa the Europe fees and goes back to pack her bags and gives her
Come back to me.
I will.
customer colleague boss lover her diary. Madame Europa has a 15-woman squad, including Linda's sister, who's coming on a free transfer from the village, ready for Europe. Oloture leaves a journal for her boss to have a pleasant read on the tough lives of the girls at headquarters and the less pleasant incident with Chief. Somebody should make a movie out of this journal. Meanwhile, before the squad flies to Europe, the coaches at bootcamp give them a warm welcome and confiscate their phones to make sure they are focused. But our girl sneaks in a phone which allows her to make midnight call to her customer colleague boss lover, where she gives her approximate whereabouts and a lie to her customer colleague boss lover loser.
I love you.
I have to go. Bye.
At bootcamp, all the girls are going through training and Linda's sister is having a hard time as she hasn't gone pro like her sister, and obviously Linda gets upset on her sister's behalf, but there's nothing she can do but summon the boom mic again. Then the squad go have their medicals where they also sign their spiritual contracts in the nude. It's giving Harvey Weinstein, to be honest. Meanwhile, her customer colleague boss lover loser Avenger goes to meet Chief in the toilet for a non-sexual BDSM session before reporting the approximate locations of the bootcamps to the police.
Thank you very much.
Back at the bootcamp, after the girls sign their music label S contracts and get their new identities, Linda decides to borrow Oloture's phone. Oloture is like, I don't have. She's like, you do. She's like, I don't. She's like, please. She's like, no. She's like, my mom needs to hear I'm safe. She's like, it's dangerous. She's like, I'll be fast. Oloture is like, okay. And then at night, Linda calls her mom, whispering like she has noise-cancelling headphones from the future on, only for the coach to catch her, and then he decides to wake everyone up and then gathers them outside for breaking the no phone rule.
Wake up now, they go boom. Now, like this. If you still asleep, just die from there.
And it appears Oloture left her text message on her phone informing someone about the bootcamp location. And she just stands there watching light-skinned coach get angrier and angrier till he loses his head. Well, Linda's head to be more accurate. Despite some strokes of canes for friends and family of the deceased, Coach and Mama Europa don't feel comfortable hanging about anymore, so they decide it's time to start the traveling. And while light-skinned coach goes to settle immigration, the other gentleman takes the grieving troublemakers to the toilet where they decide to bail on the Europe trip. They scream for help, but nobody's buying Sharon's acting, so it's of no use and they capture her. But on the bright side, Linda's sister escapes to Lagos where she has no money, no place to stay, and knows nobody except her dead sister. The end.